What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with the review for what we were reviewing, Married to Medicine, you guys. So this is season 11, episode number 13, you guys, and this episode is titled "This Ain't the Playground." So before we get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and discuss Married to Medicine, shall we? Alright, you guys, so I'm trying to get through these videos quickly because it's after 5 o'clock and the sun is going to be setting pretty soon. And if you guys didn't see my community tab, I have no lights in my apartment. My lights went out this morning with a storm at 5 a.m. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. 12 hours later, still ain't got no damn lights. So, like I said, we're going to breeze through this as quickly as we can. But I'm still going to give you guys a good quality review. But just letting you guys know, if it seems like I'm rushing to be, not, try to catch the sunlight. Now, this episode, we see as Toya is talking to Dr. Eugene, right? And they're talking about Dr. G. So she's asking him, has he talked to Dr. G, right? And he says that, after the trip, I feel like we all needed a break. And here's the thing. I will say I agree with both Dr. Eugene and both Toya, right? I agree with Dr. Eugene in the sense of it was a lot. And I feel like, maybe we all needed to take a little bit of a breather, a little bit of a break. So I agree. I'll give him that, and I agree with him in that respect. But I also agree with Toya, and Toya feels like they should have reached out to him. I will give, like I said, I can give Dr. Eugene and Toya both credit for what they said, right? Because I'm the type of person, I like it when my friends check on me, but at the same time, my friends know that if it's something like really deep and stuff, they know leave him alone. He'll reach out to you when he's ready, right? Excuse me, yeah. So I get that. But that's exactly what he said. He said he's giving Gregory his space, right? But again, Toya feels that they should have reached out to see if he was okay. And I give credit to both of them, right? So Toya is telling Dr. Eugene that she wants to get the group together to celebrate their 16-year wedding anniversary, right? And she wants to do a dance rehearsal. And at the dance rehearsal, that's when she'll give everybody their invitations, right? I was like, that's cool. Now, she is wondering about Dr. G and how to bring, him, Quad, Letitia, and King around each other, right? And you guys know I have mixed feelings. You guys know I don't see it for Dr. G. Letitia, when it comes down to Letitia, Sweet Tea, whatever you want to call her, right? I don't have an issue with the girl, right? I know Heavenly them have said, Heavenly has said some stuff that, the production, I guess they're alluding to production cutting stuff out of Letitia getting physical with them and this and that, right? But here's the thing, Married to Medicine, y'all have always been physical on this show. It ain't been every season, but there's been some physicality when it comes to Married to Medicine. Season 1, episode 1, Mariah and Toya fought by the pool. Nope. It's always been the wives. It's always been the wives. Well, no, not the Heavenly. You and contested this season when she told you square up hoe. Y'all didn't fight, but it could have gotten physical, right? So also, when it comes down to Quad and Lisa Nicole, like, let's not forget the Lisa Nicole. What about your lesbian relationship, bitch? Like, y'all remember that? So we talk about that. Toya and Audra, y'all remember Toya muffed the fuck out of Audra. So we can't pick and choose when it comes to Letitia. Like, that's my whole sentiment. Oh, it looks like it's gonna rain, and then wind is strong. So that's my whole sentiment about the whole thing. It's like, I get what y'all are saying, but it's kind of hypocritical. Let me know what you guys think and feel. So we see as Quad went over to Dr. Heavenly's house, right? So they're talking about the trip, and Quad is talking about she's traumatized. And here's the thing, right? I'm not going to sit here and discredit and say that Quad isn't traumatized about what happened with the trip, right? I feel like they all may be a little, riled up, traumatized about things that happened on the trip. But Quad, let's not play obtuse, let's not be facetious, because you were an antagonist in that situation with Dr. G. Like, Dr. G didn't do this by himself. You got the shit started. Dr. G said some shit. King said some shit to Dr. G. And, so everybody has a part that they play into this. So I'm not going to sit here and just be like, it's all on Dr. G, right? So they talked about how divided the group is, and maybe it's time for the Luncers to take a little bit of a break, right? And I'm cool with that. Like I've said plenty of times before, I don't understand why the Luncers came back to this show, especially with Quad still on here. Now I know everybody be saying, "Oh, this is Quad's show." It's not Quad's show, you guys. But she's a part of the here's another thing. When it comes down to Quad is a part of this cast, right? But I asked the question of how good is this check for Quad, right? Because there's just no way that I would be able to do this show with these ladies knowing the grimy, fucked up shit that they did last season, right? Yes, production was behind bringing Dr. G and Letitia to the show, right? But the ladies also had a say-so in it as well. They, especially when it comes to these group events, couples trips, like, they were okay with them being around the group. So I don't really, y'all know how I feel. I've said it plenty of times before, but it is what it is, right? So they talked about how does the group move forward. Honestly, the real true way that the group can move forward is one of these couples got to go. Either be Quad and King or Letitia and Gregory. One of them has to go. I think that's the only way that they can really truly move forward with the group. But you guys can tell me what you think and feel in the comment section below, you guys. So Quad suggested that, the ladies have a little bit of a check-in, right? She's going to invite everybody with the exception of Phaedra and Letitia, right? I'm not mad about her not wanting to invite Letitia. That's fine. That's within her. That's her prerogative. Phaedra, okay, I'll give you that too, right? But like I've said plenty of times before, it's very interesting to me that Quad has this animosity for Phaedra, but she can't give that same energy towards her good girlfriend Heavenly. She can't give it to Dr. Jackie. She gives it to Simone, but you gave it to Simone for what Simone said at the reunion last season. You don't give it to Toya, right? So, okay, cool. But it is what it is, right? I really don't care. Now, we see as everyone shows up to the dance studio, we even see Anila and Dr. Kieran. Toya, I'm really confused with you when it comes to Anila. And this is going toward Quad. This is going towards Quad too. Now, have they had, like we said it last week, they've all said and done some fucked up shit to each other, right? My thing with Toya is Quad and Anila both insinuated that you were behind the robbery at her home. Now, yes, I know Toya was talking about Quad's apartment, that her townhouse, right? This is a bullshit ass apartment. Nothing that Toya said that season warranted that what was said at the reunion about her. But it is what it is, right? So Quad, is talking about the fact that, she won't be coming to Toya's event. And Toya, then we see as Toya gave out the invitations. I don't know if Quad wasn't there, but I know Quad said that she wouldn't be coming. So Toya wants to figure out a way to get everyone in the same room with each other. I was like, Toya, right now, I don't think this is the most opportune time to want to get everybody in the room because this is fresh off the heels of the trip. So I think it's best to just let bygones be, not even let bygones be bygones, just kind of put it on a back burner, right? So then Contessa mentions a restraining order. Now, actually, no, I'm going to save it because I have my thoughts and opinions about Dr. G and this restraining order, him filing charges against King. I have my thoughts and my opinions about it, and we'll discuss it as we get to it in just a little bit, you guys. So most of the people feel that it's a bitch move that he pressed charges or filed a restraining order against King. Do I feel that it's a bitch move? Okay. So let me take myself out of it, right? Because what I have done, would I have pressed charges or filed a restraining order? No. Me personally, no, I wouldn't do it. But I can't. Here's the thing. The problem that a lot of that I'm having with this is you can't do shit to people. You can't say shit to people and then dictate how they respond to you. You can't do like that. Ain't how life works. You can't do that kind of shit. You cannot do whatever you want to do, and then the way that you would handle things and the way that you will react to things, you can't expect someone to do that. My mom used to tell me that all the time. She's like, the way that you handle things and the way that you are, you can't expect, because I'm not a confrontational person, but don't push me, don't come for me, because if you do, then you're gonna get what you want, right? So my mom always had to tell me, and I'm a very upfront and honest and blunt person, and my mom used to always tell me that you can't expect people to be that way, right? So whereas with Quad and King, maybe they would have gotten into it with each other and they wouldn't have called the police. The way and let's just keep it real with each other. As extra as Quad was that season when Lisa Nicole threw that shit on her face when she came with that big ass band-aid on her face. But okay, because I know they were on Instagram Live or whatever talking about Dr. G as a snitch. Okay, I mean, whatever. I'm gonna talk about it deeper once we get to it, you guys. But moving on. Now we see as Toya and Dr. Mimi, they went to dinner with Letitia, right? So Toya invited Letitia to her party, right? But she asked her about the report, and she was like, "That has everything to do with Gregory." And she asked her, "What did the police say?" She said, "Again, that is Gregory. That is between me and Gregory, and that's what Gregory did, right?" So they asked her for some grace for King, and this is the point where I was realizing that they're trying to say that Letitia puts her hands on people. But again, Toya, you've done it twice in your time on this show, right? She said that it's up to Greg, which I agree. If Gregory wants to give King grace, that's his decision. Obviously, he doesn't want to give the man grace. Y'all can't tell that man how to respond and how to react to shit. But it is what it is, right? So Toya then suggested that Quad and all of them have a sit down. Again, Toya, I think you need to read the room. It's way too soon for them to be having any kind of a sit down. This is fresh. Now, I know that we saw that King apologized, but he didn't apologize to Dr. G. And then you and Quad are on social media talking about it, calling him a snitch and shit, right? So so here's my question to you, King. Was that apology sincere, or was it just to save face with the group? I'm not saying it was either or. I'm just asking a question. That's all I'm doing. So moving on, you guys. So we see as Dr. Scott and Dr. Eugene, they sat with Dr. Gregory. Dr. Gregory, before we even get deep into it, that motherfucking song, that song that you sang, please keep that song. Please keep that song. Please keep that song. I never want to hear you sing again. Oh God, I never want to hear him in that voice singing again in my life. I'd rather, nope. No. I was about to say I'd rather hear Astor Darby sing, but I would rather hear neither one of y'all sing, right? So Eugene asked him about calling the cops. So he did call the cops, right? He did want to press charges. Actually, I think he was talking about he filed a restraining order for simple battery. Now, this is where I say I have my opinions. I don't agree with the simple battery because King didn't put King did not put his hands on you. So the restraining order or police report that you filed is erroneous. It's frivolous. It's a lie. Because the man that put his hands on you. So that should have been thrown out. Obviously, it must have been thrown out, right? Now, let's say, for the sake of saying, right? People put restraining orders on people because they fear for their safety. They don't know what the person is going to do to them, right? And Dr. G could easily say, the nigga took his shirt. That nigga took his shirt off. That nigga charged at him. Now, a person like me, like I said, I have to take myself out of the equation because I can't think about what JB would do. Because what JB would do is nothing what Dr. G did, right? Would I press charges against King? No. I wouldn't. Even if he touched me, I wouldn't press charges against him. It would be a situation of, okay, you want to touch me? Yeah, I may sue you, but I'm also, no, I wouldn't sue you. I'm gonna beat your ass. Period. Point blank. I'm gonna be like you come the way that King, I'm gonna meet you where you are, right? But somebody like Dr. G, he can't do. Dr. G has more to lose than me and King has to lose, right? Dr. G is a physician, so that would mess up a lot of stuff. So I don't really 100% fault him for filing a restraining order, but I do fault him for filing a restraining order or trying to press charges for simple battery, and the man didn't put his hands on you. I don't agree with that. But a lot of people I saw on social media talking about, he doing this to another black man. Well, the black man did try to attack him. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about Dr. G. Dr. G was using his mouth. He was using his mouth. I know what I know it's the same thing that I know what I say, and I'm gonna stand on it. Dr. G was using his mouth. Obviously, King don't know how to use his mouth that well, right? Because he wants to, get to a fisticuffs, right? And like I've said plenty of times before, I'm not upset with King for standing up for Quad, for defending Quad. I am not upset with him at all. I think he should have, calmed down, cooled off, and let Dr. G just run his mouth and basically say fuck him and be like, you know what? I said what I said. Don't talk to her. If she says something to you, do it up. Like, don't address her. Now, y'all know I don't agree with that whole don't address. If somebody's talking to you, why am I gonna go? If somebody's talking to me, why am I gonna then say, let me skip this person and go to you? No, unless it's gonna get to a point of, escalating to physical violence, then yeah. But I don't. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. Honestly, y'all know I don't really. I respect y'all's, and y'all know I love and I respect y'all's opinions, but with this shit with King and Dr. G and Quad and Letitia them, I'm sick of it and I'm over it, to be quite honest with you. So we get over to Quad's house, right? And so she's telling the girls that the rules are that they get a drink and they leave the past in the past, right? So Quad then tells the ladies that she feels, Quad says she feels they've talked about the past, and because the contestant asked, why are we leaving the past in the past? And she said, well, she feels like we've talked about it. So then Toya talked about her party, and Quan said that due to certain circumstances, she may not be able to come to the party. It's getting cold. So Simone thinks that everyone should own their part, and she's talking about the fact that King apologized the next day, right? And I was like, I do agree that everybody should own their parts in this, but has Quan owned her? Like Quan has a part in this. Letitia has a part in this. Dr. G has a part in this, and everybody has a part in this. So we like I said, we can't all sit here and place blame on the Lunsfords. It's not all on the Lunsfords, right? It's really not. So Toya then talked about sitting down with Letitia and Dr. Mimi, right? And so Dr. Mimi feels that Letitia lacked accountability, and she didn't really express if she wants to move forward with the group. Honestly, I don't feel that Letitia lacked accountability, but because here's the thing. What is Letitia to be accountable for? The only thing that we could say that Letitia is accountable for is the fact that, now, we didn't see this, because I know Dr. Heavenly says that Letitia pushed Simone, and Simone was ready to fight, pushed her, and they were ready to fight each other. We didn't see that, right? And I mean, if y'all gonna say that about her, why y'all ain't saying that about Contessa, who puts Jackie on the fucking ground when y'all were at the dude ranch? What's good for the goose ain't good for the gander, huh? Pot meet kettle. Y'all just don't. The thing is, y'all just don't like that girl. Much like the viewing public doesn't like her. And again, I don't know why people don't like that girl. I mean, I've said it plenty of times before about Letitia. Is she slightly annoying to me? Yes. Do I dislike her? No, I really don't. So Contessa asked if they felt like, with talking to her, can she and Dr. G move forward with the group? And Dr. Mimi says she really doesn't know. Like I said before, do I want them to move forward with the group? I don't. I really don't. I think this should be. I really do think that this should be their last season. I don't have an issue with Letitia. I ain't that fond of Dr. G, but I'm also not that fond of Quad. So, but it is what it is. Y'all will tell me what y'all feel in the comment section. It's time for me to. Is it time for me to get mine? Yes, it's time for the eyebrows to get done. Well, actually, my eyebrows is never mind. Moving on. The end of the episode, we see Jackie. So she went to go see Phaedra, right? And so we gotta let this window up because it's cold. All right, so we see Jackie. So she went to go see Phaedra, and Phaedra says that she wasn't really upset with Jackie. And Dr. Jackie saying that you said that we didn't check on you, and you were correct that I didn't check on you. And Dr. Jackie saying that she doesn't like to hurt people, but they hurt her. I was like, you heard a lot of black women too. But okay, Dr. Jackie. So Phaedra said she was just heated and it had nothing to do with her. She said it was Heavenly being shady. Was it Heavenly being shady? Absolutely. But Phaedra, girl, let's call a spade and be for real with each other. You knew Apollo was coming. Did you know Shireen was coming? No. But you knew he was coming. Now, Dr. Jackie, you up here talking about the fact that Phaedra needs to own her part because she brought check and she knew Apollo was coming. Okay, she brought a man. It's a couples trip. Y'all were trying to fuck with Phaedra, and y'all know I don't even like that lady. But your friend Heavenly was fucking with her, and so she pulled an ace on Heavenly and Apollo. So Jackie asked would she come to Toya's event, and she said no, she doesn't want to be around them. And you guys know that next week, I don't know if we're going to see her in next week's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. But yeah, you guys, that's all we got for Married to Medicine this week. Let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications. Share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.